Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a video on how I keep my hair frizz free. It can be for any hair texture. It's just my tips and what works for me. What works for me may not work for you, but hopefully it does. And stay tuned. Okay, so I have them written down so that I wouldn't forget any major tips. So the first one would be to use products targeted towards frizz with essential oils to smooth frizz and flyaways. So just look for products that have certain oils in there that can help smooth the flyaways and the frizz, such as coconut oil if that works for you. It may be too heavy for some people. Sometimes it's too heavy for me because I have fine hair, but I have a lot of it, which it's kind of wet right now. I wet it. Okay, so examples of that would be Shea Moisture. It has coconut oil, but it actually works pretty well for me. I'm using it today. Okay. And I would say go for natural products, but I mean, if you want to go for just like regular store-bought items, that's fine too, whatever floats your boat. So then the next thing I have is finish showers with a cold water rinse, and this really does work to help with shine, or I'm not sure about shine, but I know that it helps with frizz. And I always do this. I know sometimes it sucks, like especially in the winter and the fall, like you don't want to end the shower with a cold water rinse. Like you want to just like have a warm shower and be done with it, but the cold water just locks in the moisture and it makes sure that, you know, like because when you have like a warm or hot shower, there's steam, so it's gonna raise your hair and make it stick up, which is the frizz. Calling for moisture, so yeah. Okay, the third thing would be do not brush hair dry unless you're going to shower. So I really love to finger comb my hair. It just makes my hair look more voluminous and it gets all the curls in their own place instead of all sticking together. So I like to do that, and then I'll spray it down, which is what I did right now with just a spray bottle with water. You can put conditioner in the bottle. That can also help with frizz. Okay, so the next thing would be do not touch hair too much while wet. So like my hair is kind of wet right now. I can't touch it too much. Like once you style it, yeah, like leave it alone. The next thing would be to dry and or scrunch with a t-shirt. So I always have t-shirts handy so that I can scrunch my hair when it's wet. It's better than just scrunching with your fingers because, I don't know, it just helps with frizz a lot for me and for a lot of curlies. So like I said, this works for any texture, but take it with a grain of salt. And yeah. Okay, so the next thing would be to deep condition at least once a week. Do as I say, not as I do, because I barely ever deep condition, I admit it, but I do apply products that are moisturizing to my hair, which keeps them, my curls pretty moisturized and happy. So yeah, if it's starting to look dry and kind of like frizzy or flyaway, I know it's time for a deep condition. And you can use store-bought or you can make your own. Okay, so the next thing would be to try not to touch your hair too much in general, like whether it's wet, whether it's dry, just try not to touch your hair a lot. I know that it's hard to do. I am like a recovering addict because I used to touch my hair so much, and I still do, and I like fluff it around and stuff when it's dry, which it's better to touch it when it's dry than when it's wet, but either way you're manipulating your hair, so it's gonna cause some frizz. Unless you have like perfect hair, but nobody does. Okay, so the next thing would be to minimize use of heat products. I haven't straightened or dyed my hair for like 3 years, so I don't even think I'm ever gonna straighten my hair again. Like sometimes I think about it, but it's just not worth it. Like I've gone so long and I love my curly hair. I've worked hard to completely love all that is curly and crazy, and I also look weird with straight hair, and it's not worth the damage. Okay, so next would be aware of humidity, because wherever you live, you should check your forecast and see, you know, how much humidity there's gonna be, because usually if there's a lot of humidity, your hair is going to frizz up. So if you know that there's gonna be a lot of humidity or it's gonna rain or something, make sure you put on products that will kind of shield it from the humidity, like gel, if you're a gel girl. Okay, and the next thing would be sleep with a satin pillowcase. I have one, I have a red one. I don't always use it because sometimes my husband gets it, but I almost always use it, and it works well to help with frizz, and it also is supposedly really good for your skin. Like, it won't like make your skin age as fast. Don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. And red. Okay, so the next thing would be to pineapple your hair before bed. I guess this is for curly or wavy girls, and or put into a loose bun. That can be any hair texture. So what I do, sometimes I pineapple, but usually I just bend over and I kind of put in a pineapple with my scrunchie, but then I don't just leave it in the ponytail. I like make it, stop it at the first loop, and that's it. And I like pull it out like that. And that's my night hair. Okay, so next would be try not to change your natural texture, which ties into, you know, straightening, dyeing, brushing. If your hair is not naturally like that, your hair most likely will not like being manipulated and will cause frizz and even some extra oiliness from your hands, and just not happy hair. Next thing, the 13th tip would be to condition when needed, but do not overdo it, especially if you have fine hair and especially if you have hard water. Because when I had hard water, I don't know if hard water is bad for your hair, but I know that it was horrible for mine. I see a huge difference, and yeah, so that ties into like conditioning, because when I would condition it too much, it would look like a grease ball, and now I can add more conditioner and more like products and it doesn't. So I really think it was the hard water. Okay, so the next thing would be to invest in a shower filter. I just bought one, and I would say not to go for like a cheap one that's just like $10-15, yeah, like, or $20, like, yeah, it's cheap, but in the long run it's probably not going to be very good. So I got the Aquasana, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Aquasana shower filter, and I read a bunch of glowing reviews on it. Of course, there's some that were like, it's alright, or it's not, they didn't like it, but I was just like, I'm gonna go for it and see how I like it, and I really love it. I noticed right away that my hair was smoother, my skin was smoother, and it was just a big difference. And I think the longer that I use it, like, and it lasts 6 months. Some of them last less time and some of them last more, but I just went for this one, and I'm fine with switching every 6 months. And yeah, and also when I had hard water, not only was my hair and my skin like a wreck, but mostly my hair, but it's also just really good for you, you know, health wise. It's really good for your body because they put so many chemicals in the water to keep it from like getting yucky. And if you Google it, like, there's so many things, and chlorine is one of them. And come on, when you go in the pool, in a chlorinated pool, your hair does not like that stuff. So if you're showering in chlorine, like, that can't be good. Like, that can't be good for your hair, that can't be good for your health. And there's chloramines, there's chlorine, there's man, I wish I would have wrote down what is in it, but it just, like, I was like, wow, it really opened my eyes, and I think more people should know about that and get a shower filter. And it's just really works. And yeah, I think it's amazing, and I think it's worth the price. Mine was like $50, which is expensive, but if you have the money and you want to be healthy and make your body and your hair happy, then I would seriously say go for it. What can hurt, right? Okay, and the last thing is not really a tip for frizz-free, but it's just to embrace the craziness of your hair and enjoy the look of hair that is wild and free, just like you. And especially if you're like, I don't know, you're one of those girls that likes to dress like cute but effortless, I think curly hair looks really nice. I think curly hair looks nice in anyone in general, or wavy, or straight, any texture. But I'm just saying, like, particularly for the embracing the craziness, you know, that would be probably wavy and curly, as people say that it's crazy. Yes, it's crazy. It's, yeah, mine's kind of wet and I'm messing with it. But, yeah, it's crazy. But it's you, and you gotta embrace who you are. I just really believe that. Like, I don't think you should change your hair, but if you do, I mean, whatever floats your boat. If you enjoy that, then go for it, girl. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is just all my tips on keeping your hair frizz-free. I would say that it could also work for growing out your hair, because I also use these tips to grow out my hair. And I just, you know, I don't even really think about them when I do them. I just do them. I'm used to doing them. See, I say not to touch my hair, but I'm always touching it. But yeah, okay, well, I love you guys, and don't forget to like, comment. I love seeing your comments. I love getting your feedback, and I love knowing what videos are your favorite and which ones you would like me to film. And also subscribe. I would really love if you subscribed. It just makes my day, makes me really happy, and you'll be able to get new videos in the future. So yeah, I hope you guys are having an awesome day as always, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!